Hi, and welcome to Menopause Moment. I am Susan Baroncini-Moe, and I'm your host, and I am getting used to my tech. This episode is sponsored by Medterra, our CBD, your health. Okay, today I am talking all about clumsiness during perimenopause and menopause. I hope you can hear me. Before I get into our subject for today, please be sure and check with your doctor before taking any medical advice from the internet. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a woman with menopause. I refuse to let perimenopause. I refuse to let perimenopause get in my way, inconvenience me, sideline me. Although, as you'll find out this week, that didn't go as planned. So anyway, the answers that I share in the show are things that I found for myself through doing a lot of research. But before you take any advice from me or anyone else online, check with your doctor and make sure it's right for you. All right. Today we're talking about motor skills. Okay. So what's the deal? Okay. So we're talking about being klutziness that comes with perimenopause and menopause. So we're talking about, in general, a noticeable lack of coordination. And you can blame that on lack of sleep. You can blame it on brain fog, but it's actually its own symptom. It's like bumping into things, needing to avoid anything breakable. Maybe any of you start drinking out of plastic cups instead of glasses, or start noticing a lot of chips in your dishware, or maybe you trip and lose balance a lot. This is actually something that it happened to me when I had PMS. So I'd get super clumsy about a week before my period would start. And it is actually surprisingly common, even if you didn't experience it when you have PMS, you may start experiencing some challenges with clumsiness during your perimenopause phase. You might drop things more often. You might bump into things more often, spill things more often, knock things over more often. You might be more accident prone. I myself right now, typically, let's just say this, typically it does not, it does not come with anything so egregious. Like, it's just an inconvenience. It's not major, but sometimes it can become something major. So today I'm going to show, okay, brace yourselves. If you're a little squeamish, look away. Look away. If you're a little squeamish, look away. You see how I'm giving you time to look away? Look away. I'm about to show you something gross. Look, you guys. Look at that. That's my camera. I'm not showing you the whole thing. I am keeping it covered, but I have 6 stitches in my arm. 6 stitches! So this weekend I stumbled and fell, and I broke my fall trying to put my hand on a door that was in front of me. That door has pane glass in the top half. Put my right hand in the wrong part of the door. Went right through. Not fun. I did learn that my husband can make a tourniquet that is really great out of a musical cable. He took an aux cord and he just wrapped it right around, and he tied a knot like he was a sailor. It was really impressive. And also I learned we're really good in a crisis. So that happened. But in general, this is not the kind of thing that is common, but I tend to be pretty klutzy anyway. So what happens is, and this kind of increased clumsiness is generally like you're just bumping into stuff, you're dropping things, you're just a little more klutzy. And it can make bruising occur more. And you may bruise so easily that you don't remember how the bruises got there. Like right now, I have this weird bruise on the bottom of my foot. I don't know. I don't remember. I think I might have stepped on one of Gus's toys, but I don't remember. Brain fog. But the thing is that some of this is, some of it is from brain fog, and some of it is related to that, but it is not all related to that. So for example, some of this has to do with actually hormonal changes. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But a lot of women report that they have become more clumsy during menopause, or even that they've become clumsy for the first time in perimenopause. So people who are not ordinarily uncoordinated kind of find that in perimenopause, they become a little uncoordinated. So why? Why does this happen? Well, so what's going on? It can result from changing hormones. So changing levels of estrogen and progesterone during perimenopause can cause a loss of coordination. It can cause poor concentration. It can cause clumsiness. And your skin becomes a bit thinner during this period. So that makes you bruise more as well. And if you're gaining weight, if you've ever gained weight in your life, sometimes you aren't. When I gained a lot of weight one time in my 30s, I discovered that I couldn't quite assess my where my body was in space. Meaning I didn't have the same body awareness because my body was bigger now. And I always kept thinking of my map in my mind. And your mind actually makes maps of your body and where you are. And it kind of, that's how it works. And so my map was of someone skinnier than me. And so then when I was not so skinny, my map was a little off. And so I would bump into things a lot more with, my bottom and things. So if you're not used to a slightly larger size, your mind map might be for a slightly skinnier. You might not remember that you are a little bigger now. So that's one of the other things that can happen. Okay, we are going to take a little break from our show for a word from our sponsor. I'm going to read a word from our sponsor and click. And then we're going to come back and talk about ways that you can improve your motor skills, your proprioception, which is your body awareness, and your coordination. Okay, for many women, menopause comes with hot flashes and night sweats, and they can be brutal. Mine kept me awake all night, so I was cranky and tired all day long. I tried all kinds of supplements and CBD oils, but nothing put a dent in the hot flashes. Then I started using Medterra CBD oil, and my hot flashes and night sweats improved by about 80%, reducing the severity and frequency, so I wake up less often and I get a lot more sleep. Just a little dropper under my tongue in the morning and another one at night, and my hot flashes decreased significantly. And unlike many of the CBD oils that I tried, there's almost no taste to Medterra's CBD oil, which makes it so much easier to take. Get your CBD oil at Medterra CBD today and use the promo code Menopause Moment for 10% off your order. Okay, let me get back into my little studio here and click the button. Let's talk about what to do about your problems. Let's talk about ways to improve coordination, motor skills, and proprioception or body awareness. Okay, fine motor skills. If you're finding you're dropping things a lot and your hands just aren't holding on to things, fine motor skills can be improved by fun things like sewing, weaving, doing little beading, threading beads onto a needle. So there are some crafts that are really great for this kind of thing. Just rebuilding your awareness and your fine motor skills. Now, coordination or body awareness or proprioception, that can be improved by moving and finding ways to move that are novel, interesting, mindful, curious and exploratory and playful. Now, yoga and Tai Chi are great for this. Yoga really helps with body awareness. Anything that slows you down and helps you to become more mindful is good. The Feldenkrais method is a similar method to yoga and Tai Chi. It uses slow, mindful movements to build body awareness. And it's that body awareness you want, because that's how you're going to build this back. Even you're still going to struggle, okay? Because you are dealing, and this is much worse in perimenopause because it's sort of like PMS insofar as your hormone levels are fluctuating and shifting and doing weird things. And so like in PMS time, if you experience clumsiness during PMS like I did, then you're going to notice, and you may still, even with perimenopause, even if you didn't before, you may notice that you have some proprioception and coordination issues. So because of those fluctuating hormones, and as you get into menopause and you kind of settle in, it may get a little better, but it's really good to be doing things like this that kind of help rebuild your mind map and help your body reestablish its awareness. I'm doing a program now called GMB Fitness. That's super cool for this kind of stuff. It's gmb.io. Let me put this on the screen for a second. Let me put gmb.io. That's your web address right there, okay? And that is a program that it's kind of fun, it's mindful, movements that improve flexibility, strength, and body awareness. I'm not doing it right now because my arm, but as soon as I heal, I'll be doing it again. But it's a great program, kind of fun because the movements are like monkey, bear, doing these fun, it's kind of fun. And I think that's kind of a cool thing to do. But I think in general, you want to start doing some things that are mindful movements and unusual movements. The American Ninja Warriors have extraordinary body awareness, and they're great to talk to about how to get better body awareness. Certainly parkour is a great thing to do, and you don't have to do flips to do. A lot of people think to do parkour, you have to do a lot of these flippy things and do a lot of like, intense jumps and stuff. And that's really not what parkour is about. Parkour is a playful movement and a playful use of space and use of the body, and is designed to encourage you to explore what you're capable of and have fun. So if you think about, what American Ninja Warriors do, if you ever watch any of them on Instagram, they're always out in the world doing unusual things. They're doing normal things in unusual ways. Like walking, instead of walking on the sidewalk, you see they'll be walking on the edge of the sidewalk, or they'll be, doing, jumps over things, or, leapfrogging. And there are just a lot of ways to do things. So like one of my American Ninja Warrior acquaintances, Michelle Warnke, her dad wrote a book about how to be an American Ninja Warrior. And Chris Warnke is actually, I can't remember how old he is, but he's older than me. And so he must be old. No, he's a little older than me. And so he actually takes it from the perspective of an older person who wants to be, more, and his book was called The Heart of a Ninja, I think, or Heart of a Ninja Warrior. But it was a really good book about, just thinking about ways to look at your space differently and think about your space differently. So that book was great. He talks sometimes just something as simple as taking the stairs and skipping a step. Just skip over a step and just go every other step. Or just do things that are safe, obviously, but start slow, do some yoga, Tai Chi, a little of this Feldenkrais method. For proprioception, another thing that's great is balancing exercises, strengthening exercises, plyometric movements and drills, and also do some things with your eyes closed. So stand with your eyes closed and just think about where your body is in space. An example of another thing you can do is to get a balance board and balance on that. They sell them on Amazon. There's just a ball and there's a board on top of it. It's all attached, but you just have to balance, kind of stand there. I actually, in my bathroom, have a mushy board. It's a rectangle, and it's just smushy. And so when I stand on it in bare feet, I really have to think about my balance and where I'm, clearly I need to do these things more, folks. Arm. But this mushy board really helps. And so generally what you're doing is you're starting to rebuild those mind maps. So think about vertical jumping, running figure 8 patterns, running change of direction drills. Those are the kinds of things that will help you to improve your proprioception and your body awareness. So get out there, start exercising, start mindful movements, build that strength, build that body awareness, and build that mindfulness. And soon, once I get these stitches out and start healing again, I'll be right there with you. Thanks for watching. Flash on.